I got to learn about Tunza, I used to follow Raquel, our president and founder, on Facebook. So there's this time she posted that she had come from the US with insufficient bras and the girls were fighting over the ones that were available. So I reached out to her on her Facebook Messenger and even asked my friend Danston Barry to share with me her contact so that we could discuss further on how I could be part of that, how I could be part of the solution. So I managed to reach out to my friends who donated money, who donated bras. Yes, and we got sports bras for the girls. Then after that, Dennis Owoka, the director of coaching at Tunza Sports Academy, asked me if I would be interested in joining Tunza. I was a bit, I didn't want to join Tunza because where I work, I had so much work to do. I would have become overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So then they later put up a post requesting for people to apply to become part of the volunteers team, and that's how I became part of Tunza Sports Academy.
Pauline, what about you? What's your story? Work with this amazing team.
My story is short, but amazing also. I had seen what Tunza has been doing, and to me it was something great because it's very rare you find people giving back to the community. And not because we have, but because we want to make a change in the community. Currently in the society, that is very rare.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed.
Okay.
So during the HOCKEYKE event, actually Tunza had sponsored where I won the category of the
Super League Player of the Year.
Super League Player of the Year. And I wanted to be part of it because it's doing something great, as you can see, and it's like so many people outside there are seeing it, and that is why they're also coming in to assist left and right.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Dennis.
Yes.
Before we proceed, umekalia kiti safi. The environment is great. This place is called HOCKEYKE Guest House. It's an amazing place. If you need to come here, have a cup of coffee, you are more than welcome. HOCKEYKE, of course, do provide beds and rooms, very clean, very nice. If you don't have a plan for the weekend or you are traveling, coming to Nairobi, hakuna haja uende ulale lodging yenye imejaa kunguni. HOCKEYKE do have very nice places that you can have a bed in. And of course, they are the ones that have sponsored this show. So this show is brought to you by HOCKEYKE Guest House. Now, continuing, Dennis. How does sports come in to eradicate poverty in the society? How does hockey play a role in Tunza? How have you used hockey as a tool?
Mainly when you use sport, and these kids they get quality education. If you go down to the villages, rural areas, enough parents cannot afford to take their kids past primary school. We've seen it at Tunza. We have to physically go to some homes to pick those kids on scholarships and take them to school. Because the parents are like, once you get done with primary education, that's it. You get married or you work in the village till the garden. That's what basically what happens in most of our homes in the rural places. So yeah, we decided to use sports, engage these kids in sports. Through that, we get schools. We have Signolo girls, they give us scholarships, and we have individuals and organizations. Like we have the Twiga Foundation, which has given us 4 of our girls on scholarship through Twiga Foundation. Signolo girls have taken some of the kids there now. So through this, you empower the kids through education. They learn. Yeah, they'll help improve the places. They'll get works, and yeah, so it will end up help in breaking up this poverty cycle.
Now, ladies, let's start with you, Pauline. You've worked with those girls at Tunza Sports Academy. You've seen them grow since you joined. How can you say hockey has helped them compared to the way hockey has helped you?
First and foremost, I'd like to say we don't only do hockey. We also have boxing and also a few other sports. And we also look forward to introducing more. And one thing I know about sports, it's involving. It's very involving. And you find that through sports, many people can interact from different levels and all that, because you all have one goal, which is a sport that you all like. So to me, it's a way of making them express themselves. Even though you have a lot at home to think about and all that, you have somewhere to go and release all the pressure in. You have somewhere you feel at home and you don't feel pressured. You don't feel the stress that you usually have at home, and you also feel happy. And there is so much growth when people are happy. When you're doing something you love, when you have a passion in something, you'll find that naturally you will grow. And naturally you'll also stop worrying and having stress. Because you have a stress releaser. So to me it's beneficial. Sport is a way of that can bring so much change. And many people will always want to get involved in sports. And those who can't do sports, we also have other activities. Like Bridget always has sex education. We help them in the hygiene side. We have those who sing, we have those who make projects. They are talented in many ways. And what we do as Tunza is to try and curb all those ways and make sure nobody is left out.
Awesome. Bridget, I've heard you are an educator. Educators on issues that I know Kenya, we have that issue where you find that we view sports as a leisure. We don't view it as a career opener, a pathway towards probably earning a living. What are some of the challenges you faced as an educator trying to convince both the parents and these kids that actually they can have something via sports?
So probably I'll just add on to what, before I answer that, I'll add on to what Paula said. Sports has built the confidence of those girls. It has improved their life skills. Sports gives those girls a sense of belonging. We belong to Tunza Sports Academy, and there is nothing as good as belonging to a certain group or belonging to a certain place. And it has also given them education. For me, I think education is everything, because if you get education, like Dennis has said, you'll get knowledge and skills that will enable you to get a job. Then you will get a job. Then that means you get an income, and it improves your livelihoods. That means you're able to go back and assist the people at your home. So that reduces the poverty cycle that we at Tunza aim to do. So as I have done one mentorship session on life skills and sex education and menstrual hygiene. And maybe the major challenge I had was at first the girls were a bit, let's say, timid. They didn't want to open up. You know, sex education is a conversation.
Parents back in the rural areas are helping.
They're not helping. I know.
Sex education is a tricky conversation. So we had a problem with them expressing themselves, but that was maybe at the beginning of the day as we were starting the day. But as the day was coming to an end, those girls were talking, those girls were opening up. I just felt so nice. So it's a conversation we are supposed to have. It's most parents don't have this conversation. So I personally will step in and bridge that gap. Yes.
Now, Dennis. Talking about education, of course, these girls, we saw that you placed the first batch or the first group of girls into high school. Walk us through the path from the start, how you got these girls to the moment that you got them into high school.
How they started from hockey, first day, stuff like that. Okay. The idea was there. The idea had been had. Maybe 2016. She's just talking about it. And then I think 2017, after the Africa Club Cup Championships, which was in Nairobi City Park. That was 2017 or 2016? 2017 early. I think from that time to now, some equipment had been raised. We had some donations in the US, but then we said we can start locally with whatever we had. So we got like 10 or 9 hockey sticks. And then we went to a school in Kisumu, Rata Primary School. And these kids didn't even know what a hockey stick looked like. They'd never heard about hockey. So it was tough introducing this game. So we just went there to the pitch. we first had to talk to the school administration. So they brought kids there. It was full session. Huh? There were so many. And when we started, we don't. They use these sticks, and you call this sport. So it was quite challenging, but with time they came to embrace the sport. The numbers dwindled at first because we had more than 100. Later on, the numbers had dropped to less than 20. But with time, they came to like the sport. They enjoyed it. It became fun. Yeah, and the girls started learning, and we had to also use the teachers, at least so that the teachers would help.
Yeah.
Boys also came in. They wanted to, but we didn't have enough equipment. So we just said, let's stick with the girls until we are ready to do the boys.
You should sign up Mark, our director there, to give you equipment. He has a lot of equipment he can give away. But anyway, of course, the success story was seeing them through from not being able to hold a stick to being able to hold a stick. And now they got somewhat of a reward out of it because they were able to get Form 1 placement by your help, by the help of Tunza Academy. Did that, or is that assisting you in trying to get more on board?
Yeah, right now the numbers are growing because our first batch we had 11 girls going to high school. Right now we have like 18.
Yes.
Yes, we have 18 girls who should be going to Form 1. And we are already looking up for schools who is going to help us here and there. Yeah. We've been trying to talk to schools in Nairobi, schools in Central, all over the country, if they can take some of these girls, maybe on scholarship. Still tough because some schools don't have it. So you're not just going to tell them, okay, we want to give you these girls. Are you going to give them scholarships? It's not easy, but we are heading somewhere. We know M-Pesa Foundation is doing a good thing. We'll also try and get some girls there. Mm-hmm. Maybe not this year, but probably from next year. So to aid in this end, we try to offer what do you call this? Teaching after classes.
Tuition.
Yes, we try to offer tuition. A couple of us are teachers, so they go there once in a while and they help offer the tuition. We also have girls in Mombasa. They're also doing well, yeah. But mainly when people talk about Tunza, most people think of Kisumu. Yeah. We also have a station in Mombasa. Yes.
And the Mombasa one is doing quite well. We were there with the HOCKEYKE team for the junior hockey fives, and you won that tournament. The girls played well. They were really mature. They handled the situations well in terms of play. And that's a plus because, I mean, Pauline, if I bring you into this, you won an award based on how you play. How does it feel to see this girl you've molded into a player that you know in the future probably can be part of, let's say, Dennis's team?
I feel proud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel so proud. And to know that we will be many. Because now hockey won't just be based from you started playing hockey while you're in high school. It will be based on it's something you have grown with, and it's something that is now instilled in you. You can do it naturally, and because you love it. So to me, I feel proud because it's also increasing. It will make a good publicity for hockey in general, and also other sports. Yes.
Yeah, and when you approach these girls and tell them that I've won the league, I've won an award, does it motivate them to start playing? I mean, we have a coach here who has also won the league and beaten, and also won an award. And then you have a player who's won the league and won an award. When you approach them with these stories, does it motivate the girls?
It really does, because a good example, I've always talked about Barry. He's also one of our staff. And we tell them, you see, this guy has been playing in Germany. Yeah, so it really helps. We took Zakaura there. We told them, you see this guy, he used to play in Italy. And it really motivates them. They really feel that, okay, so hockey can take us somewhere. We'll tell them Raquel plays hockey in the US. They're like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah, huko unajua kwanza ukisema kupanda ndege. Wow, it's really it's a big deal. Yeah.
Also to add on to that, I think it gives hope. It gives hope, and we find that in most of the areas we've gone to, hope was something that was not there. And us instilling hope into those communities is something so huge to us. So at least in the near future, we know that those will always come back, but there are those who won't. But those who come back to give to their community, we'll find that they won't just see Tunza as the only hope, but the entire community will be a hope. And that is what we all are striving to be at. Yeah.
Now, as an educator, I'll call you an educator today because that's the biggest word I've had today. But as an educator, what are some of the lessons that you've learned from your involvement with these kids, not only the girls but also the boys? Because I keep telling my friends, when you live in a big city, you don't fully understand some of the things that go on into the village or in the village. When you hear someone anakula ugali na chumvi, it's like stories you used to hear from. But what are some of the things as an educator you've picked up from these kids and you're like, I never knew this, but now I have a lesson?
I'll just say, I think 2 things. One, those girls just keep me on my toes because I am always working like around the clock. Sorry, I am here. I'm doing sanitary drive. I'm doing mentorship sessions. I'm trying to mobilizing resources. I'm trying to get donations for those girls. So those girls just keep me on my toes. And I've always had principles that guide me: prayer, hard work, and determination. And when I went to teach those girls about all those things, you can't teach someone something you're not practicing. They usually say, you can't preach wine and drink water. So whatever I am instilling in these girls, I personally have to practice those things. So those girls make me hold myself accountable. Yes.
Awesome. Talking about accountability, it's time to go to the Hockey World News or World Hockey News, however you may like. And we have something interesting that's happening today. We have the FIH elections, which are happening today. So the 47th Congress, the 47th FIH Congress is happening today in New Delhi, India. And part of it is the elections for the various positions at the, let me get the correct name. Yeah, the EB ordinary member elections happening today. So Dr. Narinda, who's the current FIH president, I'm sure none of us knew that, is vying for re-election. That is those. He's vying against Mark Coldron of Belgium today. So since you know the current president and the incoming, do you think it's a tight one? Kagochi said that it's a pretty close call for FIH.
I also believe that it's going to be quite close. I expect the guy from Belgium to take it though.
You're not the first one to say that. Of which yesterday there was an award for FIH Congress. Some were awarded. We had what we call the Diploma of Merit. Yeah, there was a guy from Ghana as well as a lady from Zimbabwe. She's called Zara Bennett. She was awarded a Diploma of Merit. She's part of the Africa Hockey Federation Executive Board as part of the chair of the Africa Hockey Development Committee, among others. So yeah, we have Kenyans who are up for the award. That's good to note. We have 3 Kenyans who are up for the award. So we hope that they can be able to get it. Moving across to Spain. Spain have a new coach. Max Caldas has been appointed as the new Spanish coach. The former Netherlands coach, who's an Argentinian, the age of 48, has been announced as the new hockey coach and will take over immediately. So he takes over from Fred Soyez, the Frenchman who leaves this after 7 years as the national team coach of Spain. And then he's mooted, or he's said to be the next France coach. Also, meanwhile, in Germany, the women's coach Xavier Rekinga has extended his contract with the German Hockey Association until Paris 2024 Olympics. Yeah. Now we have a famous Australian who has retired from hockey. The Australian Matthew Swan retires at the age of 32. This comes after a decision that Swan's wife, Rose, is expecting a baby. So he was supposed to retire after the Tokyo 2020, but he has decided to retire
Because of the baby?
the baby.
Okay.
Yeah, so the decision he made, he says that they took 4 or 5 months to decide on this. He wanted to retire after the Tokyo 2020. And speaking of Australia, what's happening to Australia? They were forced to reckon with the other day, but now we are talking about Belgium. We are going to go into the Pro League and you are going to see the log. But what's happening to Australia? A few years ago, they
In
were...
the late 90s,
Yeah.
early 2000s,
2000.
Australia was the talk of town. They were winning the hockey rules, they were winning both men and the ladies. But then along the way, I don't know what changed. Suddenly, Belgium is really picking up well. Germany was doing quite well a while back. Yeah, but same trend. It's only in Africa where things hardly change, because it's been South Africa, Egypt. It's only in Africa where things are changing, huh?
They are changing. If you look at Zambia, you look at Namibia, they are coming up. They are coming up. You were saying, yeah, even Uganda. Even Uganda. We were, if you watched the last show, Kagochi said that we should expect a momentum shift because you look at the likes of Namibia, who most of their players are schooled in South Africa, coming up quite well. But I agree with you, hardly anything changes in...
Yeah. Really, Egypt, South Africa, that's what we've had, that's what we still have. Because everyone else seems to be stagnant. Ghana has really improved. Yeah, Namibia is coming up well. The Zambia, who are doing well with the Hockey Fives.
Our producer is saying you hold the mic close to your...
Yeah, Zambia is coming up well with the Hockey Fives.
Yeah.
Uganda, yes, they're quite good now.
And speaking of Uganda, Ugandan Hockey League kicked off last weekend and there were quite a bit of results. We had, in the men's league, we had Makerere beating, is it Moobs or Mabs 5-1. We have Wananchi winning 12-0 against Weatherhead. Oh, that's a shock. I hope that result
always dominating
but
for men.
Yeah.
Ladies Weatherhead are doing well.
Yeah, and then we have City Lions who won a narrow 2-1 win against KHE Stallions, and then you have the Historicals losing 12 to Weatherhead. And then in the women's, you have Deliverance drawing a 2-2, having a 2-2 draw against the Rhinos. So going to the FIH Pro League, the fixtures are as follows. We have Great Britain who are hosting Spain. That is on the 22nd, today and tomorrow for the men's league. And then you have GB versus, that's Great Britain versus United States for the women, also playing today and tomorrow. Great Britain, they have some shock results. Let me bring in the ladies. I'm sure you watch the Pro League, unless you don't watch. Great Britain versus, let's start with the predictions. Great Britain versus Spain, men. What do you think, Bridget? Who will win? Spain. Yeah. Okay.
I'll also give it to Spain.
Spain. What about you?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Okay, that's for the men. For the women, Great Britain versus United States. They know. What do you think?
Great Britain is going to win. United States lost to, is it Belgium?
Yeah.
Yeah,
6-1. I saw a 6-1 result there.
There was a 3-0.
3-0. I think
Yes.
the women I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. US, yeah, they have a good team, but still, I believe Great Britain is going to win this.
Okay. And now let's have a look at the league tables. So, Producer Barry, can you show us the league tables? I think this one is a tough one.
Which table?
The Pro League men.
Oh, Pro League. Okay.
Yeah, let's have a look at the league table. You're waiting to come on screen. Yeah. So we have the following log. Sorry about that, having trouble with my screen here.
I think Africa, we should also introduce something close to the Pro League.
Yes.
I think it can really help improve the levels of hockey.
Yeah.
Because we hardly play any
True.
matches.
Yeah, there we go. The league is up. So we have number 1 Belgium, who have played 13 points. They have 9 wins and they have 32 points. Of course, right now Belgians are the ones who are dominating. We have Germany, second with 19 points. India, third with 15 points. And Australia, as we said, fourth with 14 points, although they've played only 8 games. Yeah. So do you think they can get points when they play their games at hand? Because currently they have 14 points and they have around 5 matches at hand.
I don't see them gaining much ground. India has really improved. I expect, okay, this is my take. India is going to win the Olympics.
Yeah?
Yes. The ladies, that's men.
Yeah.
Ladies, I feel they're going to make the finals.
The finals?
Yes.
Okay. And then now, let's have a look at the women's log. You want to have a look at the women's log. Who do you think is at the top?
Should be Belgium?
Let's see. I'm waiting for the screen to bring up the log. There you go.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so let's have a look at it. Now we have Netherlands. Yeah, I think they won the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. Yeah. So Netherlands are top with 11 points. 11 games, 29 points. Then you have Argentina. Argentina is my team, both the men's and the women's. They are really disappointing me this time round. So you have Argentina, who are second with 19 points. And then you have New Zealand. New Zealand also really coming up, the women's team, with 14 points. And then you have Germany, who are on 13. Which is your team?
I've watched Netherlands play a few times, and I would watch for them.
Okay.
I've watched Netherlands play. I've watched a few of their games, and I'd watch for them to win.
Okay.
Yes.
Paula, what do you think?
I don't think I have so much to say when it comes
To
to
Pro
that
League.
league. So, I don't have so much to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't watch it.
You don't watch the Pro League?
Actually, when they send it on our page on the rings, that's when you'll find me
interested in it. Okay. Okay, no worries. Now let's move on to the second part. You have a project coming up. Talk us about it. Talk to us through about it, Bridget.
One thing I have to say before we move to this section, you are talking about elections and elections, and as a gender champion, as a believer of women in leadership and governance, I look forward to seeing more women take up those positions. Yes, because yes, I am a champion of gender equality and women empowerment. Yes, so we have a sanitary drive coming up. We gave it a name, Pad Me Up campaign. As you all know, or for those who are not aware, May 28th is Menstrual Hygiene Day. And Menstrual Hygiene Day is a day that enables us to advocate and create awareness on the importance of menstrual hygiene management. And that day enables us we are able to commemorate that day on 28th May. Yeah, so ahead of that, we have a sanitary drive. Our goal for this sanitary drive is to get sanitary pads for our girls, because we noticed that lack of sanitary pads is a barrier to access to education. Most girls actually miss school 4 days a month. That translates to 12 days a term, and that translates to 36 days an year. We don't want that to happen. So apart from missing school, most girls actually in the rural areas and even in the urban areas turn to people and have to give people sexual. They have to engage in sexual intercourse with men, so that they can get money to buy the sanitary pads. So we don't want to see our girls missing school because of pads, and we don't want to see our girls engaging in sexual intercourse with men to get money for the sanitary pads. So that's why we are doing the sanitary drive. We have a target of 7,200 packets. I told someone that, and he told me I am overambitious, but that is me. You know, when we were in...
Say 10,000.
Because, people have been raising 5,000, 4,000, people have interacted with. So when I was approaching someone, I won't mention the name, the person told me I am over ambitious. In my high school, our principal used to tell us, you aim for A and then when you get a B+, it's okay. So yeah, we hope that the number of pads we'll be able to raise will take our girls through an entire year and even further. And if it's not enough, we'll do it again, we will do it again, we will do it again. I usually say I will never be embarrassed to ask people to help those girls. I will do it over and over again. Yeah. Yes, let us be called beggars, but beggars for a good cause. Yes. Dennis, you are a father, and I know your firstborn is your daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we are looking at this sanitary pads thing, and I was having a discussion with Bridget, and then later with someone in my team, and we were talking about, as men, we know this issue as well. It's part of us because we have wives, we have daughters, we have
girlfriends,
others. Why is it so difficult for us as men to engage in this discussion?
I don't know why it is. Me and my daughter, we talk about everything and anything. Yeah. Any time of the day or night, I'm always there, and I tell her the experiences I went through as a young man, and the things I've seen happening. So, and men should take it. It's not such a tough challenge to just sit up or take your daughter out for lunch or for a walk, and then just let them open up to them also. Because the moment you don't tell them your experiences, what you've seen, they're not going to tell you about the experiences. And what happens after that? They end up in the hands of strangers, and they end up being abused because you just didn't prepare them well for this.
Simon, maybe to add on to that, at the end of our program, at the end of this sanitary drive, we hope to have created awareness and told our girls that it is important to talk about menstrual issues with your teacher or your guardian, male or female. You see, most of the time, I used to be close to my dad. You know, most girls are close to their dads. So I don't know where now the problem comes in when you cannot tell your dad you need pads. But our long-term goal, or our goal at the end of this drive, is to just tell our girls that it is okay to tell your father, it is okay to tell your male teacher, it is okay to tell your male guardian that you need sanitary pads. Yes. This issue about girls opening up to men about this issue, do you feel that probably men don't give us as much support as you need, or is it just the way we are brought up that such issues should be hush-hush, we shouldn't talk openly about it?
It's the society. Yeah, in general, it's just the society. You find there are some things, the society thinks we're supposed to talk to our moms about them. And there are some things that only your teachers can tell you about, like, for example, the sex education. It's very rare for you to find a parent sitting down with their kids to talk about sex, and yet it's the reality. And it's very rare for us to find a girl child going to tell their father, I don't have pads. So if we don't have these two, we don't bring it to a normal whereby you can talk to either of your guardian about anything, then it might go, the fatigue might just continue growing. And that is why we are trying to create the awareness, to let everyone in the society know that it's important for all of us to help the girl child. It's important for everyone to be open to anyone, any gender, be it your father or your mother. It is good for a child to know she or he can depend on either of the parents. Yeah.
Bridget, do you think there is enough education about menstruation to both gender? Are our schools teaching it well enough? Is there good campaigns for this? Because we know there is a challenge already, especially in rural areas regarding this. So gender stereotypes, like they have all said, is a major challenge to this. But we come from, and we are all Africans, and that is where we come from. So if we compare where we have come from and where we are going, there's so much progress in terms of talking about menstrual hygiene. So I think in as much as we are doing so much, we are yet to get to where we are supposed to be. Yes, so the discussions are there, the campaigns are there, everyone is doing it nowadays, and I believe that it's a step towards, yes, achieving that goal. Yes.
Awesome. And how will guys, our fans, members of the public, participate for the upcoming project?
Wow. So first of all, our sanitary drive begins on May 24th. That is next week on Monday. So Monday 24th to around 6th June. That is, we'll be doing social media and telling people about an Mchanga link that we have come up with. First of all, ways in which people can be part of us is contributing money to buy the sanitary pads, and people sometimes have issues with accountability. So we don't have a problem with people buying those sanitary pads and asking Dennis, Paula, or I to come and pick them. So they can help us buy the sanitary pads. They can contribute money to help us purchase the sanitary pads, and we are also looking for volunteers and sponsors who can help us. Mostly sponsors who can help us get more and more of the sanitary pads, and we're looking for volunteers from the teams and even outside well-wishers who are not really hockey players to help us collect the sanitary pads. You see, like if Paula plays for DFG, then she can get a volunteer, or a volunteer from DFG can help us collect money or sanitary pads from the team. So we are looking for sponsors, we are looking for volunteers, and every other person. Simon, you can send us money to buy pads. Dennis can get pads.
Yani ninakaa tu pesa.
On
it's
our
okay,
website,
it's a compliment.
at sports.org, we have a call to action button. There's a donate button just on your top left. Yes, so there is M-Pesa, there is Equity. Yes, you can do that.
Sanitary pads or specific brands?
Any sort of sanitary pads. Yes.
Yeah.
When you are asking someone for something, you do not. Wanasemanga mchagua jembe si mkulima. Yes.
I think as men we will be comfortable going to the supermarket and buying sanitary pads. Ama utarusha huko chini ya basket. Mahali unaenda unanunua mikate 3 ndio urushe sanitary towels huko chini.
I think that it's so easy because it's just there on the shelf. Kitambo they used to hide these things.
Yeah.
But now if you go to the supermarkets, you'll find your towels there, you'll find condoms there. So
yes,
just put it in your basket and
the toxic masculinity.
but I have a couple of friends I've talked to, and they're like, how am I even going to purchase that? I told them, okay, I'll take you, I'll pick it, put it in the basket, and you pay for it.
Yeah, I was having a discussion with Barry before we put this project at a hold when COVID came, and Barry was like, it is going to be hard for men to actually go and buy pads and bring us the pads. That's why we initiated the Mchanga, and that's why there is M-Pesa, and that's why there is Equity and all that. Yeah. So if you're not comfortable to come to bring us the sanitary pads, just send us the money, then we can go and buy the sanitary.
Comfortable to bring it.
You know that there is someone who told me that he has a massive masculine toxicity. Toxic whatever. Yeah, sorry about that English. He was saying that akinunua nyanya haezi eka kwa the shopping bag.
Yeah.
So afadhali atembea akizipepeta hadi kwa nyumba. So anyway, now on average, what is the cost of the sanitary pad?
50 bob. The cheapest is 50.
That's a pack of how many? 4?
No, 6 to 8, depending on the brand.
Okay.
Yes, Senegal is 50 bob. Yes.
Always is 85.
So what are some of the brands so that Mark na Barry pala wakienda kununua?
There's a difference. We have the sanitary pads, and then we have the one you insert. What do you call it?
Tampons.
And the tampons. Yeah? So I think we are open to both, or we'll just stress on the pads a lot.
Yeah, so there is Sunny Girl, there is Marvel Girl, there is Always,
Cortex.
there is Cortex, there is Molped, and then there is Soft Care. Yes, we are open to any of that.
Okay.
Yes, if you can get us Cortex, then well and good. We shall appreciate.
That's a preference. That's a preference. That's your personal preference.
Always. Yeah,
Yeah.
because always is.
Has been there for long.
Has been publicized a lot. It's just the way you can't compare Safaricom and Airtel, because Safaricom have invested on publicity. So always has invested in publicity. Yes.
Yeah, and this show is not sponsored by any of those brands, so you have to pay us for publicity. But anyway, now coming back to the activation on 24th, where can guys get information they need for this project?
We have shared information with a few of our friends, and we have told them to share information, to continue sharing information. But the official launch will be done on our Tunza page on the 24th. After the launch has been done, now we'll tell everyone. We will tell them to share, and spread the word outside there that we are in need of, as Bree said, sponsors. Partners, donations, participations in any way. As long as it helps us to at least get the target. Yes.
I will add on to that. On all of our Tunza sports pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, there'll be a poster with all those details, the Mchanga details. Yes, all that will be there. And HOCKEYKE, on HOCKEYKE page, there'll be a poster there. On Magongo, Kenya, there'll be a poster there with all those details. On Hockey Halisi, there'll be a poster there. On Hockey Beats and on Kikwetu Hockey. Yes.
Well as Hockey Kenya.
Mainstream media.
Mainstream media.
On mainstream media.
But nowadays, is there such a thing as mainstream media? Because anyway, that's a discussion for another day.
Because we also approached people from the media, and for those who read newspapers like myself, you will get columns there on the Star, on the Standards. Yeah, we are there. They have promised to support us.
And also on our website, www.tunzasports.org.
And of course, on my Instagram, on my Facebook page, on my WhatsApp status. I always put that everywhere.
Yeah, and also you guys are invited to share the same on your social media pages. I know some of you have thousands of fans. You can also share the project. Help in this project, because we do have a real issue with sanitary pads. We've also seen the government try their bit to do it, but you all know how the government operates. But I commend Tunza for this project, because as you said, it's not easy to give back to the society. And as much as we try, it's good that we come together and do this, especially as a hockey community. I know we can do this. We can even get to 10,000 pads. It's going to happen.
The community supporting. We also have friends out here who are supporting.
And we welcome all the support.
We always appreciate HOCKEYKE for giving us
a platform.
This platform. We really appreciate it. And also S03E03
guest house.
Definitely, we must have coffee when we're done with it.
Let me tell you, tuko na mluya pale cold bar. Birika tatu. Ameweka tu mapema. So as Dennis has said, the S03E03 Guest House are the official sponsors of the show. They have an amazing place. They are just next to the Kenya Library. If you want to come visit us very soon, once everything has gone well, we are planning to have fans on the live show as well, so that we can have Q&A with our guests. And as you've noticed, unfortunately today we are having a bit of a problem with our equipment, but these things do happen. But the good thing is nowadays you can be able to stream us from anywhere. You can be able to find us on Facebook Live, both on the HOCKEYKE and Hockey Kenya page, as well as our YouTube channel, our official YouTube channel, the Hockey Republic, and we are planning to expand even more. So ladies, final thoughts, or we start with you.
Yes.
Final thoughts on Tunza and this project.
At Tunza Sports, we hope that we'll keep growing. We hope that we'll keep getting more people on board to help push this agenda. It's not only about hockey. At the end of the day, what we want to do is eradicate poverty. Help these girls, help the boys also. Let them be good leaders. Let them be good sports people. Let them get quality education so that they may also help others somewhere. We're also doing this for Kenya, especially hockey, Kenya hockey. Most of you, I'm sure, all of you started playing hockey in high school. But now we're going back to primary school level. Kids as young as 6 years old are now playing hockey. Uganda are doing well. You can say Uganda have the people from Dutch people who are there really helping push the agenda. So in Kenya also, we need more people to do it. We've seen Asim Jayala doing it. We've seen KHU with the development assisted by Tomolal and Jackie Atieno. We've seen Coach Senge started something the other day. So let everyone get involved. We've seen players playing their trade in Europe. We want to see more of them coming up. But our skills are always are never good because we only have 4 years to play hockey, and then the 5th year you're playing the league and you expect to be in the national team and compete against South Africa or Egypt. Yeah. So other than all this, we also want to help spread the message of hockey, spread the love. And we're also happy that we have the head coach, Jackie Mwangi. She's also in the FIH committee. Do you even know about that? Ah, good. So in such a forum, we should have Jackie Mwangi. That's a big post. Let us make use of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to see more Jackie Mwangis holding those positions. On the sanitary drive, please, guys out there, support us, help us propel these kids. Let's keep these kids in school. Give us even a pad, just a pad. That is all we're asking for. Also give as much as you can. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your colleagues, and we'll get there. Thank you, HOCKEYKE also. Please keep spreading the message.
Come. Yep. Ladies, let's start with Paul. Final thoughts.
Okay, my final thoughts. I think one thing I'd like to air out is that in Tunza we don't believe in handouts, and we make sure we teach our kids that you just don't get things by handout. You have to work for them. You have to earn what you get, and through that, when you make a kid believe in that, you'll find that even in life, when it gets tough or anything, they'll always find a way of maneuvering to get something out of life. And that is what you find that will always come to bring us out of poverty, because you'll always have different ways of trying to achieve the goals that you want.
True.
And I also want to say thank you to you guys for hosting us, and encourage everyone outside there to please participate in the Pad Me Up campaign.
Yeah.
Let us all come in and help us raise these pads for these girls. They'll be happy, and it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
So thank you once again.
You're welcome.
I will join my friends in calling upon each and every one of you to be part of this noble cause and help us better the lives of our girls. Thank you so much, HOCKEYKE, Simon and the entire team. Thank you so much for having us. This has been a pleasure. And of course, SEK Guest House, you will get the message to them. We really appreciate. Yes, and apart from just getting sanitary pads for us, we have girls going to high school. We have girls in primary schools. We shall not shy away from just asking donors to come on board to help us get scholarships for these girls. Yes, and to if you think that you can really support us, or I'm just calling upon you to support us in financing the education of our girls. Yes.
Awesome. Now, a few comments. We have Romeo who's telling us to discuss about Africa hockey. What is there to discuss about Africa hockey? I thought we discussed.
I think we can leave that for another day.
Yeah, that's the. But he was just kidding. Yeah. I'd like to thank you also for coming on board the show. Yeah, we are ready to support, and I'm sure guys at home are ready to support. We are looking forward to have the project launched. Personally, I hope I'll be among the first few to contribute.
Pick up the basket, go to that shelf, put those pads in there.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, and I forgot to ask, where can guys drop the pads? Because I'm sure there are some who can give a call right now.
Now, with COVID, it's going to be a bit tricky to go meet people physically. So there will be a box for at City Park, Stadium, because we believe that is a central place for most hockey players. Most of us know City Park, and it's a central place since most of our stations are in Kisumu and in Nairobi. But also, if you can. We are open to coming and picking up the sanitary pads from where you are.
Okay.
Also, the volunteers we have gotten so far, and the ones we hope to get, will pick the sanitary pads from their friends and their teammates. Then we can go and pick them from wherever they are. And
Okay.
That is where that is how we can get the pads. Yes.
And
Yeah.
you can reach out to us.
Okay.
We'll have
We'll
our
have-
numbers on the posters. In case anyone has any inquiry, we'll always be willing to assist, because we are really gaining on the success
He also needs to
campaign.
collect them. Why are you pointing only the both of you? And a challenge to the men. I think we should give a challenge to the men.
Yeah.
We need to see them coming in, going to the supermarket and buying.
Quite a number already.
Probably if you have, I see you have amazing t-shirts. If mwanaume ataenda supermarket achukue pad and then apige selfie, probably you give a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Who knows? But anyway, it's a suggestion. So that's all the time we had for today, guys. As I said, Jugush today is away on leave. He needs to pay fine because hakutuambia anaenda leave. But I've been your host, Simon Mwangi. I've been with Dennis, Paula and Bridget from Tunza Sports. Remember to follow them on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter as well, Tunza Sports.
Yeah.
You'll find them there. They also have a website, tunzasports.org. Yeah. Also, you can follow HOCKEYKE and Hockey Kenya on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and HOCKEYKE is also on TikTok. I'm sure you didn't know that. You know. Tunza is also on TikTok. Yeah, so remember to follow them. Bridget, I think Paula and Dennis are also on social media as well as Simon, but you utanipata Simon, utanipata Simoninski. You'll get me there. Until next time, my good friends, bye-bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye, thank you. Yep.